Most women who file for Social Security at 62 will leave somewhere between $100,000 and $300,000 on the table. Not because they did anything wrong, but because nobody, not their HR department, not their ex-husband's attorney, not even their own accountant, ever told them the rules were written differently for women. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you changes everything. Here's what most people don't realize. Social Security wasn't designed with women's careers in mind. It was built in 1935, when most women didn't work outside the home. When the ideal American household had a husband who worked 40 years straight and a wife who stayed home. But that's not your life. You took time off to raise children. You may have left a career to care for a parent. You may have worked part-time for years, or spent the last decade rebuilding after a divorce. And because of that, the system calculates your benefit based on a work history that looks very different from a man who never stopped working. A study from the National Institute on Retirement Security found that women receive, on average, 80 cents for every dollar men collect in Social Security benefits. 80 cents. Over a 20-year retirement, that gap adds up to tens of thousands of dollars. But here's what I want you to know. There are strategies, legal and available to you right now, that most women have never been told about. And that's exactly what we're going to go through today. Before we go any further, I want to say something important. If you didn't know any of this, that's not your fault. This information is not taught in schools. It's not in the Social Security pamphlets they mail you. And most financial advisors, they spend about 11 minutes on Social Security in an entire retirement planning conversation. I know this personally. When I was 48, going through my divorce, I realized I had spent 20 years trusting someone else with my financial future. I didn't know what I was entitled to. I didn't know my options. I didn't even know the right questions to ask. So I learned, piece by piece, year by year, and I became a certified financial planner specifically to teach other women what no one taught me. You did the best you could with what you knew. Now you're going to know more. Now let me be clear about what I'm going to share with you. These are not opinions. These are strategies that exist inside the Social Security rulebook itself, documented, legal, and available to women right now. The Social Security Administration has over 2,700 rules governing how benefits are calculated and paid. 2,700 rules. Most people, and honestly most advisors, only know about 10 of them. The ones I'm going to walk you through today are the ones that matter most specifically for women. Divorced women, widows, women who had interrupted careers, and women who are trying to make the most of a late start. Pay close attention, because what comes next is the part most women never get to hear. Let's start with the single biggest decision you'll make: when to file. You can file as early as 62. You can wait until 70. And for every year you wait past 62, up to age 70, your monthly benefit grows by approximately 8%. That's a guaranteed 8% return. You won't find that anywhere on Wall Street right now. But here's what women need to factor in that men often don't. Women live longer. The average woman who reaches 65 today will live to 87. Some of you watching this will live well into your 90s. That means if you file at 62, you could be living on a permanently reduced benefit for 25 to 30 years. Let that sink in. Now, and this is the part I need you to really hold on to. If you were married for at least 10 years, you may be entitled to collect up to 50% of your ex-spouse's Social Security benefit. Even if you've been divorced for 20 years, even if he is remarried, even if he doesn't know you're claiming, this does not reduce his benefit by one single dollar. You simply have to be currently unmarried, be at least 62 years old, and your own benefit must be less than what you'd receive as a divorced spouse. Do you know what this means for some of the women I work with? It means they qualify for hundreds more per month, simply because they were married to someone who had a strong earnings record, and they had no idea. Now let's talk about something even more critical. If you are widowed, you may be entitled to receive up to 100% of your late spouse's Social Security benefit. not just your own. But here's the strategy that changes everything. You can claim your own reduced benefit first at 62, let your survivor benefit grow, and then switch to the larger survivor benefit at a later age. Or do it in reverse. Claim the survivor benefit early and let your own benefit grow to its maximum at 70. You have options. And coordinating these two benefits strategically can mean tens of thousands of dollars more over your lifetime. Here's one more thing almost nobody talks about. Social Security calculates your benefit based on your 35 highest earning years. 35 years. If you worked fewer than 35 years, which many women did, the formula fills in the missing years with zeros. Those zeros bring your average down, and your benefit goes down with it. But here's what you can do about it right now. If you are still working, even part-time, every additional year of earnings can replace a 0 year in that formula, which raises your benefit permanently. Working 2 or 3 more years, even at a modest income, can increase your monthly Social Security check for the rest of your life. Does that make sense? Good, because there's one more layer to this, and it's the one that surprises people most. Here's what most retirement conversations completely skip over: the tax side of Social Security. Many women are surprised to learn that Social Security benefits can be taxable. Up to 85% of your benefits may be included in your taxable income, depending on your other sources of retirement income. This matters enormously for your filing strategy, because if you have a traditional IRA or 401k, withdrawing from those accounts while also collecting Social Security can push you into a higher tax bracket and trigger taxation on your benefits. The strategy here, and this is what I call sequencing your income, is deciding which accounts to draw from and in what order before you ever file. Some women convert a portion of their traditional IRA to a Roth IRA in the years before they file for Social Security. They pay taxes now at a lower rate, so they can take tax-free distributions later. That single move can preserve thousands of dollars in benefits that would otherwise go to the IRS. I know this is a lot, but this is exactly the kind of planning that makes the difference between a retirement that feels tight and one that feels free. Now, before we go to the action steps, I need to say something clearly. Everything I've shared today is based on current Social Security rules, but rules change, and every woman's situation is different. Your filing strategy should be based on your own numbers, your earnings record, your health, your other assets, and your specific family situation. This video is educational. It's a starting point, not a personalized plan. I strongly encourage you to create a My Social Security account at ssa.gov. It's free, and it shows you your actual estimated benefit at different ages. And if you have a complex situation, divorce, widowhood, a pension, significant assets, please work with a fee-only financial planner who specializes in retirement income. This is one decision you want to get right, because unlike most financial mistakes, you can't undo when you file for Social Security. All right, let me bring this together into steps you can take right now. First, go to ssa.gov and create your free account. Look at your earnings history, check for errors. They happen more often than you think. And see your estimated benefit at 62, at 67, and at 70. Second, if you were married for 10 or more years, look into the spousal or divorced spousal benefit. It may be larger than what you've earned on your own record. Third, if you are widowed, do not file without understanding the survivor benefit coordination strategy. This one decision alone can be worth more than $100,000. Fourth, if you are still working, even part-time, keep going. Every additional earning year that replaces a 0 in your record raises your benefit permanently. Fifth, before you file, think about your income sequence. Talk to an advisor about how your withdrawals from IRAs and 401ks will interact with your Social Security and how to minimize the tax bite. 5 steps, all of them within your reach. None of them complicated, once you know what to look for. I want to leave you with something I say to every woman I work with. It is not too late. I know what it feels like to look at your finances and feel behind, to wonder if the decisions you made in your 30s and 40s have locked you into a smaller life. They haven't. The women I've worked with, who came to me at 55, at 60, at 65, have built retirement income strategies that gave them options they didn't think they had. Not because they had a lot of money, but because they finally had the right information. That's what this channel is for. Nobody taught us this. That ends today. Your retirement, your rules. If this video gave you something useful, a new question to ask, a number to look up, a strategy you didn't know existed, please hit the like button right below this video. It's a small gesture, but it helps more women like you find this channel. And if you're not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button. Every week, I bring you practical, no jargon financial guidance built specifically for women navigating retirement on their own terms. And if you want to go deeper on retirement income planning, watch the video appearing on your screen right now. It covers the 3 income streams every woman needs before she retires, and most people only have one. I'll see you there.